out here and currently on vacation, but I figure I'd show you guys anyway. Like I told you, every single day what's going to happen in the market, right? This strategy I'm telling you right now, man, it's not only the strategy, because like I said, it obviously your edge is going to matter too. You know, like when you make your choices, why you're making your choices. Like I tell you guys every single time, you know, you have to make sure that confluence is there. You have to, before you trade, before you make your trade, please make sure confluence is there. It saw me out on Friday because I did not use confluence. I used some of my confluence, but I did not use all of my confluence. And you know, I told you guys, I pray before every single trade I make. Today was a $1,200 day on one account and a $1,000 day on another account. So it's like 900 bucks, I should say. So 900 and 1,200. Great money, you know, genuinely. And it worked out exactly how I thought it would. Just based off Fridays alone, kind of showed me what was going to happen today. But other than that, let's just get into this. I'm going to show you guys what I did for the trade. So, for example, you guys, if you are new here, we use a 15-minute orb strategy. So we go in, you know, based off what happens within the 15 minutes. 9:30 is when I trade, New York open, and I go and I mark my high and low of the 15-minute candle. So I'll show you guys what we did here, man. All right, so we come here to the 9:30. Okay, so this one I popped on, you know. So we have the low set and the high set. So what I do is I wait from 9:30 to 9:45 and I make my trade normally with it by 10 a.m. That's normally when I make my trade, because I like to try to wait for 2 5-minute candles to appear before I make my choice, because again, confluence matters, okay? So we made our 15-minute high right here. We made our 15-minute low right here. And what I did is I turned it to the 5-minute, because like I said, it's 15 and 5. So we used a 5-minute candle and we saw what happened, right? It comes up at 9:30, comes and gets a high, comes back down, makes a new low right here. A lower low is what we like to call it in the market. All right, so we made a lower low. Now I'm sitting here, right? I was looking at the closure. Remember, I tell you guys all the time that when it makes a closure, you know, obviously one of two things are going to happen. And technically, based off my strategy, normally it will come flying down this way, right? But again, the market doesn't do what you want it to every single time. And that's why having confluence is so key. So for example, right, today, and we are on the 18th of August. Again, I am on vacation. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, telling you guys what I did. So I'm gonna go out and enjoy my day. I'm actually in the Carolinas right now, so I'm gonna go have some fun when I get out of here. But basically, what we see is we see a closure underneath the 15-minute low, right? Which, so I tell you guys, normally we would go in for a put, right? But we have to wait for that second 5-minute candle to form. If I remember right, this was at like 9:50 is when it came and it closed out. So I waited and I was like, all right, what does it look like is happening right here? Right, so this is the thing, right? I knew right away it didn't stomp down any further. Like it came down and made this lower low, and then it kind of went back up, down, up, down, up, down. And I waited for this one right here, and the moment I saw it green, I knew dang well what was about to happen, man. Like, number one, the reason why I made that, I'm just gonna tell you guys why I had that rule and that regulation in my head, right? Is because I looked back, and then one thing I don't know if I ever mentioned in any of my other videos, I like to see, you know, what happened at midnight the night prior. So for example, if we go back, which would have been the 17th, or I guess it would be the 18th at midnight, where was those highs and lows? They were up here. So like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you know, for example, right? So I like to see the market always technically comes up or down to those Asia lows and highs. Always, from what I've seen the past few months. Again, I'm not no freaking guru. Like people message me, oh, how long have you been trading before? You suck. Well, if money is money, man. You know what I mean? Like I know some people are making freaking $20,000, $40,000 a day, and some people are lying to you about them making that much money. But I try to be as brutally upfront as I can and just tell you guys that, you know, I'm gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes. But it's about how we recover from those mistakes and how we learn and take notes and use confluence to make the best of our trades, right? So what are we gonna see right here? Okay, so I jumped in right here, right about there, and I got out all the way up here today. It was an amazing trade. It was an absolutely amazing trade. I waited, and again, like I always watch to make sure too. Like I don't just like hop in and like walk away. Sometimes I will if I'm stressed out or something, I'll walk away, but I was watching. Everything was showing me on that 5-minute green right here that it was going in for a green. So if you had saw this, right, even if you didn't enter down here, right, you saw this closure and you waited for that second candle right here, the second candle, right, at the 9:55 mark, or 10 a.m., somewhere around there, right? and you waited. And you were like, okay, I'm just gonna wait to see what happens next. There's nothing wrong with waiting what happens next, right? So if you didn't want to enter right here because you were kind of, I'm not sure like I was, right? You're kind of like, I don't know if I really want to. What you do is you wait till you see what you want to see, right? So I saw exactly what I want to see. I jumped in, I saw a big green candle forming, and I knew right there and then that it was not gonna continue down more because it had to go get stuff up here. I already knew it was gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't, and technically this would go against my strategy. This would go against what I would have told you to do, which is up here, right? So if we had seen a closure, we would automatically assume it was going to continue downward for the day, right? And because of, just like I said, because of your edge, because of things that you learn in the market, you start to see things. And I like to see, because I don't make long trades. I don't hold them that long. I only wait for a certain amount of time. You know, like I normally just ride my take profit up with me. So like with Top Step, for example, I just move my take profit up, as I go up, or down as I go down, if that makes sense. So again, today was a perfect trade, man. You know, it rode up all the way up here. I got out of my take profit, and now it's actually coming back down again. I'm assuming it might come back down for the rest of the day, but I'm sitting there and I'm realizing, I looked at it earlier this morning, and I had officially thought it was going to be a down day anyway. I still think it. I'm not a stock guru. Again, I'm not perfect. I don't know. We don't really know where the day's going. I mean, there are some traders that are very, very good at this and know exactly where it's going, know why it's going there and everything, and that's great for them. I'm just in here to make some quick change and get out. That's kind of what I look at it, and if I can build up to 2-3 contracts as I go, I'm 100% going to do that as well. But this was my trade for today, guys, and as we can see, it is heading back down right now. It's 10:37, so it's heading back down. But does that mean it's not going to go back up? No, it does not mean that. We don't know where the market's going. No one knows, I guess, unless you're like, what's her name? Nancy Poe, I don't remember. There's some woman that my brother tells me all the time wins every single trade she takes because of the government, whatever, and she knows all the hedge fund guys. I'm not a hedge fund guy. I just come in here and show you guys. I like to have fun with you and friggin' joke around, mess around with you. But yeah, no, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. So if you're on this video and you're trying to become a millionaire, it ain't gonna be for me, because you would be an idiot to listen to someone like me. You'd be an idiot, and it would be really stupid for you to listen to someone who's not a financial advisor and doesn't know what he's talking about at all. I just make stupid money being a dumbass, being a gambler. So you can do what you want, but this is what I'm saying is, like, you wait till that second candle forms, man. Genuinely just wait for the second candle. It's so important, and like there's sometimes where I regret that decision, and like those days, if let's just say on that second candle it just starts flying down, and our strategy worked, right? It is what it is. You miss out and you move on to the next day, or you can even hop in on going down knowing that hopefully it will continue downwards. But again, I'm not no financial advisor. You do whatever you want, man. Do whatever the hell you want to do. But again, if you're using the strategy and using my confluence as right, a dumbass like me, and you want to use what I'm doing, you would wait for that second candle to see what's going to happen. And I'm talking second candle after the closure on the 5-minute. I just want to confirm that, right? So we see the 5-minute, we want the second candle after the closure, not just like the coming down underneath the low. We want to wait for a closure and then go 1-2 candles. We want to see what happens on this candle, to really confirm that it's going the way we want it to go. Me, I would have immediately thought it was going to come flying down because of my strategy. Always for the most part does that, right? But based off of confluence, it wasn't that way. It come hauling up, and I held it all the way up to there and got out, and I'm done with the day. I'm moving on. I don't go and make 100 more trades. There's some people who will make, $1,000, $2,000, and they'll go back in and they'll lose it right away. It's stupid. Don't do it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content. If you like these shirts, I'm going to be making a whole bunch of, Christian clothing. I already started up. If you guys want to go to the website, it's jimgradguy.com. Got a whole bunch of Christian clothing on there. This one's not on there. This is someone else's. I don't know whose this is, but I found it on Shein, I think it was. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content, and I'll see you guys on the next video.